welcome to another class. This class we're going to look at squares and the square root. This is a Form 1 topic, and we're going to start by looking at squares. Maybe you can give a definition of squares. And the squares, a square of a number, it is a product of a number by itself. That is what we mean by the squares, a product of a number by itself. And you can have some example here to just demonstrate this. Talk about a square of a number like 6 squared. The square of 6, this is going to be 6 times 6, which is going to give us 36. Can have another example, the square of 2.5. So this is 2.5 times 2.5, and of course you can write it as 25 over 10 times 25 over 10 to work out to work it like that. This is going to be 25 times 25, that is 625 all over 100, and of course this is going to be divided by 100. You go 2 steps backward, so 6.25. That is the square of 2.5 squared. You can have another example of a fraction like 4 2 over 3. 2 over 3 squared. So this one, of course, we multiply 2 over 3 by itself. So 2 over 3 times 2 over 3. And this is going to get 2 times 2, 4. This numerator, denominator, 3 times 3, get 9. So that is the square of a number. So not something very new to us. Maybe what is new to us is our next thing that we're going to look at when we are talking about now. We can get the squares of number using table. We have got a tool called mathematical table, which has various tables in it, and one of them is the square table. So this table is going to help us. Now, instead of us multiplying, we can just look at it and we get the answer of a particular number that may be required to find the square. Now, we can look at the table, and when you look at our table, it has a range of numbers between 1 and 10. That is now square of number using table. Our table, we are going to have our number x is greater than or equal to 1 and less than 10. That is the range in which we can be able to find our number from the table. So for us to get the square of any number from the table, it have to be in that range. So here, if the number is not in between 1 and 10, we make it to be in that range, and that one is now writing that number into the standard form. You can have some example for us to be able to demonstrate that. Example A, we want to find the squares of number using the table. You can have 5.034 squared. So we want to get 5.034 squared from the table. And here, when you look at our table, you're going to have, this is going to be direct. We're going to look at the first two numbers, the first three numbers, that is 5.03 from the table. And then that 4, we're going to look at the addition column from our table. We see what corresponds to 4 along that row. We do it like this. So 5.03 From the table, we have 25.301. So that is the square of 5.03. Then we go to the addition column along that row of 5.03. We look at what corresponds to 4, and I have 40, and that's 40. We are going to add it to the far edge. We have now 0 plus 1, 1, 0 plus 4, 4, then 3, 0.52. So the square of 5.034 is going to be 25.341 when we are using the table. That's how we get the square of a number using the table. I can have another example. So number B, we get the square of 498. And this one, it is not in our range. Our range, of course, is from 1 to 10. So we write this number into standard form. We are going to have 4.98 times 10 power 2. Then we are going to square everything. We need to remember to write it into brackets so that you don't forget to square this 10. So 4.98 squared, we look from our table, 4.98, I have with me here 24.800, 24.800. That is the square of 4.98. Then we multiply by 10 squared. 10 squared, then we are squaring that one. You're going to have, you multiply the power, 2 times 2, you get 4. In other words, you have 10 squared times 10 squared. This is the same as 100 times 100. And of course, I'm going to get 10,000, which is the same as 10 power 4. That's why you have the 10 power 4 here. So we just multiply the power there. And of course, we can open this one. We multiply by 10 power 4. We get 1, 2, 3, 4. So we get 2, 4, 8, 1, 2, 3. So 248,000. That is the square of 498 using the table. So our table makes our work easier because we are just going to just read from the table without a lot of calculation. We can have part C, a square of 0.005919. 0.005919 square. So that number, we need to find the square of it. And in this case, we do as we have done the other one. We write this number into a standard form because our range for table is from 1 to 10, and this one is below, is less than 1. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 5.919 times 10 power negative 3, and then we square everything. So we are going to read in our table 5.91, the first part, and then we add what corresponds to the column of 9 along that row. So 5.91, I have 34.93. 34.93. That is the square of 5.91, and then that column of 9, I am going to add 11, and this 11 we usually add it to the far end there. Then we add the 2, 3 plus 1, 4, 9 plus 1, 10, 1 plus 4, 5, and then that one is 3, times, we had 10 power minus 3, we square that. So this is going to be 10 power negative 6. We multiply the powers there, and of course we are going to have this one that 5.04 times 10 power negative 6, we go backward 6 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 3, 5, 0, 4. So that is the square of 0.005919. And you square that number using the table, we are going to find that it's 0.00003504. Let's have our last example on the same part D. A square of 0.432. 0.432. We are getting the square of that number using the table. The first thing is to write the number into standard form. So this is going to be 4.32 times 10 power negative 1. Then we are going to square everything. So we are going to read from the table 4.32. 4.32. And we have 4.32 squared is 18.662. 18.662. This then you multiply by 10 power negative 1 square. We multiply the power minus 1 times 2. We get 10 power minus 2. Just multiply the powers there. And then we get, so this one we calculate it as now, multiply by this number by 10 power negative 2. We go backward 2 steps, 1, 2. So we get 0.18662. So that's how you go about finding the squares of number using the table. Thank you very much for your time.